Hello, it's Pat from the Maine,
I am Garrett,
also from the Maine.
also, and you are at Rock Forever Magazine.com.
Hey guys, it's Tori from Rock Forever Magazine, and I am here right now with the guys from the Maine. How are you doing today?
Doing fantastic.
Fantastic. It's the last
How
night
about
of the
yourself?
tour. I'm good. I am very good, actually. Now, you guys are in Orlando. You guys are here all the time. Have you had a good time here so far? It's the last night of the tour.
Yeah.
Technically. Well, not technically.
Yeah.
Complicated situation.
Yeah, it's very complicated. I've been cooped up on the bus the whole day, so not really. But I think he did some walking around a little bit.
I walked around a little bit, and I had to get all my stuff together because we're leaving to Europe right after
tomorrow,
this. So.
yeah.
Wow, you guys have a busy schedule. One tour ends, you're like off to another country, and then like never ending, huh?
Exactly.
That's crazy. Now, we're going to start with some finish a sentence for you guys. Now, the highlight of your career so far was when? It must be hard to pick just one. You guys have, you've done a lot.
When we were able to break free from the man and release our own albums and do whatever the heck we want.
That is a big deal.
That was cool. I agree.
And Black and White was the one album released with a major record label, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's clear that that album is pretty different from the more recent stuff you guys have been releasing, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't really know how much of effect the label had on the record. I mean, to an extent, but then, also, I mean, it was the record that we wanted to make at the time, so
Okay.
I just think from the first record to that one to the third to now for Forever Halloween, I think it's just been kind of a progression along the way, and I guess, I don't really know how much the circumstances has affected the songs. I guess just the freedom of being like on our own has now we can just make the music that we want to make at the time.
Mm-hmm. And now here's a fun one. Now, the most random song on your iPod/phone is... What's something we would not expect from you guys to have on your playlists?
What was the one we were listening to the other day? It's a polka version of a Chris Brown song.
Yeah.
Who even knew that kind of stuff existed?
And there's like a smooth jazz version of Metallica, which is really awesome.
Where do you even find this stuff? Because I've never heard of that before.
The internet is very big.
It's huge.
That is a very good explanation, and it's true. And now, you were the most starstruck when you met.
Dave Grohl, that was pretty.
I mean, of course, that's crazy. How'd you end up meeting him?
We played a festival with the Foo Fighters like a year and a half ago or something like that.
That is incredible. What about you? Anything else to top that? I don't know if you really can, but...
Benji and Joel from Good Charlotte. That was our first big tour, and that was nuts. I remember everyone freaking out after that.
We're
that's amazing.
18, not even 18 yet. Yeah.
So the Maine fangirls too, everybody. And now the biggest misconception about the band is, I mean, for anybody who might not know you guys too well, do you think there are any things that you would like to clear up?
That we're sad. I feel like some people think we're sad because of the new record, but
I mean, you literally have a song called Happy.
Yeah,
So
it's not about being happy.
But it is called Happy. No, but yeah, that isn't exactly the world's happiest song.
I think we're very happy people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if people, I mean, I think it's out there a bit in the videos we post and things, but we're pretty ridiculous and always, pretty much everything's a joke. Okay. So, yeah.
And last one here. Now, the first concert you ever went to was...
I went to Hootie and the Blowfish when I was 4 years old. Fell asleep before they played.
How do you fall asleep at a concert? That's what I want to know.
You're 4 years old? I don't know.
What about you?
The first one I can remember was Third Eye Blind, and I was in second grade.
That is amazing. And in second grade, you were already that cool. That's amazing.
I guess so. Maybe third grade.
They were a pretty big band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you released your album Forever Halloween this year, and what I think is so amazing about that album is you recorded it using tape. You weren't going all, electronic and fancy with it, you know what I mean? Which, I mean, I already thought you guys were such amazing musicians, but the fact that you pulled that off is pretty crazy. Was it as tedious as it sounds like it would be?
I think it was less tedious than any other album that we've ever made.
In what way?
You're not you don't have the light shining on you, as in you're playing all at the same time, so you're not stressed about playing. You're kind of just jamming, and you don't even know that you're gonna do the take that you're about to do. So you're all it's just like you're playing with your friends, and then our producer was just like, oh, there you go, it's done. And we're like, cool.
And now, I mean, what made you guys want to go this route with your music? Because, I mean, did it influence your sound at all, or,
It wasn't really our plan at all. I mean, we always thought about it, but if we didn't record with Brendan Benson, who produced the record, we wouldn't have been able to do it. It was all him, and we're happy, and we don't think there's another way to make another record. Like, we'll be doing this for a long time, I think.
So every other album to come, you think that's what you guys want to do now?
We will see.
If we can make it work.
Yeah, but
at least live. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, and I was just talking to somebody about this kind of stuff yesterday, and they said when they recorded an album like that it was a good learning experience for them. Did you guys learn anything throughout the process?
Yeah, drums and bass take a really long time.
Yeah, you just have to sit in a room and just hit a drum for like 8 hours.
Yeah.
It sucks. But I think the biggest thing we learned is to like accept things and to like be okay with things, and that like not to overthink things.
Yeah, I guess I hear a lot of bands that are just perfectionists with their music and they're never quite done. So I guess when you're recording this way, you just kind of have to accept little characteristics, right?
I mean, that's what we love about music, is like listening to it and being like, I've never heard that before. It's like a little thing that just happened to make it on a song. Like, I think that's the cool stuff about music, is not being perfect. At least rock and roll.
Exactly. And now the lyrics on this album are a lot more emotionally heavy, we'll say. And I guess that might be the reason why some people don't think you're a happy band. Because, I mean, you did touch on some pretty personal topics. I think John writes most of the songs, right? But what was your mindset going into this album that made it so different from your previous releases?
I mean, I don't think either of us want to like speak for John on a mindset or anything like that. But from my perspective, I think he, this is the first time where it's an entire record that was written from his perspective and written about things that actually happened to him, and he actually like wrote things, I guess, more like plainly than he has in the past, and more just like right to the point. So I guess maybe that is why it appears to be that way.
Yes. And what is the overall message you want to convey to your fans on this album? Is there anything in particular? Is that a John question?
Maybe. Well, like lyrically, but like I don't know. Just as a group, we like working hard, and we like people who can say F off to people and like do their own thing and not be worried about what's going on around them, and they can just do their own thing and be pumped about it.
Exactly.
I think as a band, that's like kind of our message, is you don't need other people to make you happy.
Exactly.
And like just doing something in life that makes you happy, as opposed to just working to live, to make money, So I guess that is kind of as a band what we'd like to get across. Is like I think we've proved to ourselves that we can do what we want, and that's what makes us happy, and we can do it, And I think that like no matter what you do, you shouldn't go work some crappy job if that's not what you want, want from your life. So.
Kids who did really bad in high school from Tempe, Arizona, who somehow can make music. A lot of people think it's really hard, but if you have if you want to, you can do whatever you want.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that applies to anything. So that's some really good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I actually read this in another interview you guys did, that the album artwork for Forever Halloween was inspired by the fact that you wore masks on your previous albums, which I'm not going to take that literally, that you were actually wearing masks, you know? So now looking back, how do you feel about your previous albums? We kind of touched on this earlier, but like Can't Stop, Won't Stop, that's so long ago now.
You know, it's not something we listen to, but it's not something we hate either. You know, you come from a certain spot, and you know, it's a record that a lot of people know us by. So you know, it's nothing that we hate or anything, and we're not like embarrassed to play stuff on it for most of the songs.
Most of
Well, yeah, I mean, I think the thing about that record that I personally like is that, you know, we there's certain songs that like got us to a point where we're not in like a box. Like, you know, there are certain songs in that record that made it so we could make Black and White, and then there's certain songs on Black and White that made it so we could make Pioneer, and you know, and it just keeps on going down the line.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm proud of what we've done, you know.
I guess I feel like some people, when they look back at their older work, whether it be like a YouTuber or a musician, they're like, oh, I was so young, why did I do that? So,
You know, I mean, there might be some of that jokingly, but nothing that we're like actually whatever about. Like we enjoy what it is, and you know, we're proud of it for sure.
And I mean, it's clear you guys are evolving so much as musicians. Just thinking back to that old album and listening to your music now. So where do you see your music going in the future? What do you guys want to do next?
I have no clue. I mean, and that's what's exciting, because I mean, we definitely didn't think that we could make a record like this one when we were making the first record,
Right.
you know. So I hope that continues to happen, you know. I hope that we're surprised by ourselves, you know.
So we're gonna make a funk record.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Something new for the Maine.
And actually, all the vocals are gonna be done by Garrett.
Yeah, I'm doing all
Really?
the vocals.
Yeah.
That is going to be
It's all gonna be
exciting.
rapping. It's all.
Yeah,
It's all
but I'm gonna be on
rapping.
drums too. It's be like a Phil Collins kind of thing.
And
Yeah.
I'm disappointed because I feel like this is a joke, and now I really want it to happen for real.
We're dead serious.
All right, I'm waiting for this now. I'm going to hold you guys to it. But speaking of upcoming releases, you guys have an EP, Imaginary Numbers, coming out in December, and it's all acoustic. What made you guys want to go that route?
It's something we talked about. I mean,
Yeah, for a really long
5
time.
years now, and
People always are telling us that we need to do it too, and just kind of happened.
yeah.
And can you give us any details on this yet? Because it is coming out in December, so, you know, fans don't know too much yet.
Yeah.
We recorded it all ourselves. We produced, like, it was just us 5 in a room. We bought some gear. It was actually the same board that we did Forever Halloween on. Bought some recording gear and recorded it in the back of our manager's office.
Over like 5 days.
Yeah, it was like real quick and just whatever happened, and it's kind of short and sweet.
And are these going to be all new songs? Because sometimes bands release, you know, acoustic versions of songs. So what's this going to be?
It's all new. Yeah.
Oh, and
Which is something that we just didn't want to do. Like I guess it feels kind of like cheap to like just put out an EP and to call it an EP if it's just
Yeah.
like redone versions of songs.
Yeah,
you know.
here's this songs you already heard before, and here's money.
Yeah, and what's the inspiration behind the album title as well?
It's a lyric from one of the songs.
Oh, well, that's basic enough.
Yeah.
I
And,
Simple.
don't know what he's talking about, but
I don't
and
care.
you guys are on tour with Anberlin right now. This is the last night of the tour. So what are your plans for right after this?
Going to Europe.
Yes, anything else for like 2014 that we can expect yet?
We're gonna
Or
be doing an acoustic tour in January for like 2 weeks or so.
Oh, that's gonna be really exciting.
And yeah, that's like the next thing that we're doing here.
And anybody who wants to follow you guys on Twitter and Facebook and find your music online, where can they go?
Everywhere. We are everywhere.
We're on all
Wearethemaine.net is our website. We are everywhere that the internet exists.
Well, there you have it, everybody. Well, go check out The Maine in case you haven't already. You could get their album Forever Halloween on iTunes. Amazing album. Probably my favorite album to date from The Maine. And everybody watching, subscribe to our channel as well for more interviews. And I'll see you next time. Bye.